Welcome to Experience 49 Digits, Part 1, the landing page. We're going to create a Meteor application called Digits, which has multiple users, contacts, and timestamp notes for each of them. And this one, we're going to start with the landing page. So this is just Part 1. First off, you need to find a picture that makes a good background image. And so I took this photo of some clouds. I called it Wispy Clouds. And I actually even lightened up the background of it so that I don't have a lot of contrast in the color in the picture, because you don't want a lot of contrast to have these dark text on a dark background. So you want a fairly pale picture. You want to watch the video on branching and merging in GitHub desktop. That's a valuable one. We're going to create a lot of branches and we're going to merge them back into main. It's just a valuable screencast that you want to watch. So we want to install the template. So let's open this in a new tab. We want to go to view it on GitHub. We want to use the template. It's digits. It's private. I'm going to create the repository. I want to use the open in GitHub desktop. No, let's choose the right place. Oh, that one's. I want to open it. I want to trust this. Let me get it so you can see it. Did that. So we want to run meteor npm install. cd to the app directory. Install all the npm packages. Run start. Again, we get the browser list error. We're gonna be doing meteor resets, so don't worry about it. We'll fix it later on. Check to see that it's up and running. Make sure that we don't have any errors. Looking good. So now, make sure you trust it. So now we're going to start our practice WOD. I'm going to start the timer. And just as a heads up, you may want to try to do this by stepping through each frame by frame and copying what I do. That is not the way you want to do this. You want to understand how this works. So learn the materials, watch it, then try it, watch it again if you didn't get it. So you don't want to cut and paste anything or try to copy what I'm doing. So I'm going to start my timer. I need to create a branch called landing page 1. So new branch. Landing page 1. Create the branch, and I want to publish the branch so it gets on GitHub. I want to check to see that I'm in landing page 1. I am, so that's good. I've done it. Console, there are no errors. So yeah, Meteor DevTools would be helpful. We want to change the title to say digits, so we want to edit app client main.html. Client main. And we want it to say digits. Switch to digits, that's good. And we want to go app imports UI components navbar to say digits. App imports UI components navbar. Change the H2 to say digits. Let's see. Change to digits. Good to go. Oops. So now we want to add a background image to the body. So I want to copy the image file into app public images. Where's my finder? There's my wispy cloud. Copy it into public images. Definitely want to add it to GitHub. Now, in order for Meteor to serve up something in the images, I need to restart Meteor because it only processes the files at the beginning. So I want to restart my application so that it will know about Wispy Cloud. So now I want to update the body style in app client to specify the background image. So let's go find style.css. The body, I want to set the background, and it's a fixed center URL, and it's, I don't think I need it, images/wispycloud.png. We get this red squiggly because IntelliJ is saying I can't find the images directory, but because IntelliJ doesn't know that Meteor serves up things from the public directory. We get this install, got to mark my local as excluded. Get rid of that. So let's save that. I did a refresh. Perfect. I've got my background, got it light. You can see that the dark text works on the light background. Looks pretty good. So now we want to change the navbar and the footer from BG light to BG dark. So let's take a look at the navbar. So instead of BG light, we want BG dark. And let's see. So now it's a dark background. And then we want the footer. So components footer. And instead of BG light, we want BG dark. And so we got dark top and bottom. That's looking good. So now we want to change the navbar and the footer's color to white or a light color, maybe, maybe a khaki or something. So one way to do this is to create another CSS variable in the root CSS variable. So let's create a new matter navbar text color and set it to be white. So we're doing that again in style.css. We want a new one. Make it white. Then we can style the footer and footer A to use that color. So let's just copy this. And we can put it, we can put it at the bottom. So we're saying the footer and the footer's A link their color should be this navbar text color, which is white. And you can see that the footer text and the A, when I don't hover, is white also. So now I want to pick a complementary color. That black is really not annoying, but let's say, for example, I want to choose dark blue. So let's go in and change this really dark color to dark blue. Let's see what we get. Okay. And then I also need to add the RGB colors. So I want to change the RGB colors to be 0, 0, and 139. And that didn't do it. And then, oh, did I set the size? And then I want to update the body. Make sure I got that. Oh, I don't have it. And so the dark is now using my navbar background, which is a dark blue, and the dark RGB is using my navbar RGB. So hopefully I've got my dark blue color. Might want to lighten that up a little bit, but that's okay. So now it's black, but I haven't turned this color white. So I want to override my Bootstrap navbar styles by using a body navbar. So let's override the body navbar. We could do it right after the body. Navbar highlight text. I don't have this variable yet. Matter navbar highlight text, and I want, what do I want? What do I want? Let's say something like, I gotta spell right, khaki. Reloaded. So I've got my digits, and so when I highlight, it turns slightly darker, sort of a khaki color. Got my login, turns khaki color. This still is that's a different color. It's a link highlight. So that's looking pretty good. Oops, wrong one. And now I want to change the drop-down text. Oops. Because if I click on this, that looks okay. I could change that to matter navbar background. Don't need that, so we're looking good. So now we want to update the landing page, the text, and so we want to put it in a container. So let's go find the landing page. Landing. So we got a container. We don't want it to be fluid because we do want the margin. We want some nice margin. Update the landing row to have 3 columns. So I got a row. I don't need that, but I've got 3 columns. 4. Let's make them 3 columns that are width 4. We don't need the class names. Let's see what I got. So I got my 3 columns. That's looking good, or fair. So I want an icon size 100, an H1 and an H5. So I want a icon. So I want a people fill from, so I want a icon oh, actually I don't want, actually want to change that. Get rid of that. I want a people fill from Bootstrap icons. I want an H1 that says multiple users. And I want an H5 that says, come on, that. So let's see. Oh, that's a little small. So it's should be a size 100. That's much better. That's looking pretty nice, actually. What's the second column? I want a file earmark text fill. Oh my goodness. So I want a file earmark text fill size 100. Okay, I've got my H1 that says contact details. And then I want an H5 with that. That's looking pretty sweet. One more to go. And the last one is I have a calendar to check fill. To check fill, size 100, H1, H5, says time-stamped notes, and each time oh, I don't need my image anymore. But let's take a look. Looking pretty slick, but I do notice I have an ESLint error. Now to go to the ESLint, I can just hit F2 and it tells me my error. Save it. Finish this part. So I want to check to see if I have any ESLint errors. I don't have any in that page. I don't think I'll have any, but just to double check, meteor npm run lint. And I have no ESLint errors. Commit my finished work. Done with landing page in 17 minutes. Pause it. Landing page, push origin. Well, I changed mock-up, I forgot the word. Mock-up. Let's make sure that it's on GitHub. I want to look at my landing page 1. Done with the page, app, imports, UI, pages, landing. Looks good. Round 2, we would then do the same thing. We would create a new branch called landing page 2, go through the WAD again, and hopefully you can get it done within 30 minutes. Hope you enjoyed this brief introduction to Digits, the landing page. We're going to continue this in the next part 2 for Digits. Thank you very much.